Okay, so this is the map of the world, and Emily, I have a home here. Emily obviously lives here, and so does her mum. My son's in Australia, he goes to school in Australia. I actually have another home, and I have a business in Russia, based in Moscow. I also have businesses in Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. My boss is in Amsterdam. So I spend a lot of time on planes. I'm on a plane every week. The other problem I have with my mess is the time change, because it's such a long distance. When my boss is having his breakfast in Amsterdam, my son is having his dinner in Australia. And I'm somewhere in between. So I've got to try and manage all that and keep it all organised. So if you look at the numbers, 24, 1440, 86,400. Anybody like to have a guess at what those numbers are?
24 is the 5 difference, maybe?
Not quite. Close. Yes?
24 hours in a day?
Correct. 1,440?
8 hours a day?
No. Second row? No. 1,440 is how many minutes there are in a day. 86,400. Yes? Yes, exactly. So I have the same amount of time as everybody else. Okay? Okay. My day is up to 16 hours long because of the time difference when my teams are getting up and when they're going to sleep. Okay, I can have to work a 16-hour day. So that's like going to school 2 days in one day. So instead of going to school at 7 and getting home at 3, I do it back to back. I get about 120 to 150 emails a day, but I only probably respond to about 20 of them. The rest of them, I just pick the phone up. It's quicker. Okay? Because I work in a lot of different countries, every country has different holidays, and they even have different weekends. So in Saudi Arabia, their weekend is not Saturday or Sunday. It's actually Thursday and Friday. So my businesses operate, for me, 7 days a week. So I have to be available sometimes on Saturday and Sunday so that my team in Saudi, if they need something from me, they can get me. They all have different Christmases. Okay? In Australia, it's December. In Russia, it's January. Saudi doesn't have Christmas at all. They have Eid, which is going on now. And then Thailand has Songkran. So I have to try and coordinate all of those at the same time. Okay? I have about 500 people working for me. There's a lot of people to keep track of. So how do I do it? I organise. Okay? I love Apple products. I have them all, and as soon as a new one comes out, I get a new one. So I have my iPad, and my iPad works wherever I go across the world. So all of my emails, all of my calendar, it's all on my iPad. Okay? I also have 2 iPhones, because I have one for Thailand and one for Russia, because the phone bills are too expensive. And everything, every day, gets synced with my laptop. So if I can pick up any one of my phones, and I know what all my appointments are, I know what my to-do list is, I know where I need to be, I know what I've got scheduled. So, apps are my best friend. I have hundreds of them. I use them all the time. I have to use them to convert time. I have to use them to convert money. I have to use them to translate. My Russian is not that good. My Arabic, I can't speak Arabic. So when somebody sends me something, I have to translate it. So I can copy, paste, put it into my translator and know exactly what they're talking about. Everything is in my calendar, and I mean everything. I have a schedule in my calendar each day to call my son in Australia, because if I don't, I'll miss, and then it's too late. I schedule what time I'm going to go to the gym. I schedule what time I have to check on Emily's homework. I schedule time for me. So when I want to go to the movies, I want to take Emily to the movies, it's in my calendar, and I use it. I use all my time. I don't waste my time. I look at my priorities and manage around those. But I have two golden rules, okay? And they're very simple. And they work regardless of whether you're using a laptop to organise yourself, whether you use an iPhone or an iPad, or back when I started working and we didn't even have a computer, we didn't have a mobile phone, it was a diary, it was a piece of paper and a pen. But the two rules are routine. You have to have a routine. It doesn't matter what technology you use. If you don't use a routine, it will not work. I check my schedule every night. So every night I check what I should have done today to make sure I've done it, and it's not always possible. And then I check what my schedule is for the next day. And in the morning, I recheck my schedule. That gets me in the right place so that I know what I'm prepared for that day. And if I've got carryover from the day before, how I can shift things, change my priority. And the second golden rule is discipline. I do it every day. Okay? You need to make your routine a habit. And then the psychologists say if you do something 17 times in a row, it'll become a habit. So if you check your schedule every morning for 17 days, then by the 18th day you will do it automatically. It will become a habit. But if you don't have a routine and you don't stick to it, then it doesn't matter what system you have, it's not going to work. Okay? It comes down to you. I use my iPad and my iPhone and everything to help me, but I still have my routine. If I didn't have them, I'd still have a diary.